Over the last year or so, we've seen a lot of companies experimenting with new ways to change the form factor of a smartphone. There have been flexible displays, foldable panels, and then most recently the Samsung Galaxy Fold, an actual flagship device which can double as a phone or a tablet, depending on whether it's folded or open. But now the Chinese company Oppo is working on something that in my opinion is way weirder than anything we've seen yet. If you remember those old school phones with keyboards that slid out and popped out, basically Oppo is working on the modern day equivalent to that. Oppo sees promise in that design not as a way to hide and reveal a keyboard, but actually a smaller secondary screen. As you can see, this particular smartphone maker is envisioning phones with an extra smaller display that could either pop up or slide out like those old slider keyboards. This design is also different than say like the Oppo Find X, which had a pop-up camera that emerged last year. Patents for these new designs were discovered by Let's Go Digital. There are reports that according to these designs, the front camera and the receiver are actually housed in the narrow top bezel, and you can see that in both the pop-out and slide-out versions, the user has two complete screens with no holes or notches in either. This design is honestly very different than anything we've seen before, but it does make a certain degree of sense. With the pop-up version where the screen slides out at the top, you could actually watch video content on that top screen while working or performing on some other task or function on the larger main screen. And with the slide-out version of the design, that is really similar to some of the old phones where there was a slide-out keyboard that you could use while working on some task on the larger main screen. Manufacturers like LG, Nokia, Samsung, and HTC all had keyboard phones like this, and it's worth noting that while none of them have actually tried to implement a secondary screen that slides out yet, it could be pretty intuitive for people all the same. For now, Oppo is expected to unveil its new Reno line of smartphones in an event next week, and it's going to be bringing devices with a pop-up camera as well as a 5G device, and these new designs will probably be releasing sometime in the next year or so if Oppo does intend to bring them to market. With that said, give me your opinions on these designs in the comment section down below, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.